Let's turn to the nation's capital, where the House of Representatives has resolved to interface with the nation's security chiefs with a view to finding lasting solution to the upsurge in insecurity in the Northwest region. This comes as the lawmakers urged GSM providers to stop the reassigning of paid SIM cards for security purposes. National Assembly correspondent Joke Adisa reports.
The right to life is enshrined in the nation's constitution, but insecurity across the length and breadth of the country has put that to test. Kidnappings, indiscriminate killings and burning of properties have produced more displaced persons in recent years.
May the soul of the departed rest in peace.
Umar Ajilo from Kaduna State calls for a stop to acts of criminality in his constituency. A further amendment to the motion extends the invitations to security chiefs on the state of insecurity in the Northwest.
Same kidnap of 4 women and 1 girl in Guinea and Danguzi Road of Magarb local government respectively, which happened within 1 week.
In another legislative move, the House faulted GSM providers for reassigning paid SIM cards.
The details of the earlier subscriber will still show when exposed to Truecaller's app. Regrets that bank alerts of old subscribers are sent to the new subscriber, vice versa, thereby exposing the customer to huge financial risks, particularly under the growing regime of Yahoo boys.
The House also resolved to meet with the Medical and Dental Council of Nigeria on the fate of Nigerian medical students affected by the Russian-Ukraine war.
At a time when there are very obvious and glaring dearth of medical personnel in Nigerian primary and secondary health institutions, with a propensity to grow worse, this insidious policy rolled out by the Medical and Dental Council of Nigeria may in fact have debilitating consequences on the nation's health sector.
Ravaging floods and the menace of erosion in FAGGE area of KANO State equally got the attention of the House.
For the House to resolve and urge the Federal Ministry of Environment and the Ecological Fund Office to, as a matter of urgency, intervene by assessing the erosion problems with a view to ensuring the execution of erosion control and remediation projects at all the affected communities.
As part of the day's legislative business, a motion on the need for the federal government to provide trained first responders on highways in order to save lives was adopted by the House, just as it seeks government support for discharged NYSC members in integrating them into the labor market. Joke Adisa, TVC News, Abuja.
Now, for more on the decision of the House of Reps to interface with security chiefs on finding a lasting solution to insecurity in the country, let's bring in TVC News National Assembly correspondent Joke Adisa for more. Joke, it will seem as though the House of Reps is eager and moving quickly to engage the newly confirmed service chiefs on the state of security in the country. What more can you tell us about this and the approach they're looking to take?
Yes, Precious. I'm sure every Nigerian by now know and understand too well the situation in the country. But thankfully, we have seen the current administration take bold steps. We have seen the appointment of new service chiefs and other measures that have been taken. Because one thing that is now so clear is that almost on a daily basis, you see the lawmakers rise for 1 minute of silence because of insecurity, because of kidnapping, because of indiscriminate killings. Almost on a daily basis, you have 2 or 3 motions bordering on insecurity. And so I think moving forward, the government sure has a lot in its hands, has a lot to do as far as security is concerned. And the major concentration now is to ensure that lives are safe, are in line with the provisions of the Constitution, and government is also able to rise to the challenge of saving lives and saving people's property.
Do we know when this interface will happen?
For now, it is a motion that's passed. They do now take the speaker to set up that committee. I'm sure, and so they will also be going for the annual recess any moment from now, I think by this weekend. So in the course of they can't decide that in the course of the recess, this committee will work. But we are hoping that between tomorrow and Thursday, the committee will be able to be announced, the Speaker will be able to announce the committee, give their committees the timeline, and be able to swing into action as soon as possible. You know, the focus now is on the northwest region of the country. That particular section of the country has become so terrified with insecurity, and so many of us will hope that this time the security chiefs will find lasting solutions so that lives and properties can be saved.
And okay, you know, I think many Nigerians will find the bit about reassigning of paid SIM cards quite interesting. Are there plans by the lawmakers to address this further?
Well, motions, resolutions on motions are advisory, as they have said, as is the case. But we are hoping, because it is not even the first time that this kind of a motion is coming on the floor of the House. But let's hope that this time the House, the lawmakers will go a step further, because it is not enough to just pass a motion on the floor. How well do the necessary authorities take this advice? Because it's a piece of advice that they may or may not take. So I think, like it has been canvassed before, that the resolutions of the House should be backed up by some actions, should be backed up by some laws, so that they do not just go sit down, waste their time, or seems that they.
All right, okay. Thank you so much for that update. All right, okay. We're looking forward, especially to the interface between the House of Reps and the security chiefs. Correspondent Joke Adisa live for us there in the nation's capital, Abuja.